but sometimes we get so caught up in trying to be positive, like be a positive, optimistic person, that then when we're feeling like a feeling that feels negative, we try to positive mental attitude it away without ever honoring it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my world where no matter how old you get, you never need to grow up. And today we are going to be talking about Barbie. We're going to be talking about multiple sclerosis. Oh man, you're like, click, don't want to watch. But no, you really do want to watch because we've got dolls. So yay. So there are a bunch of new Barbie Fashionistas, as you know. Also, it's Ken's 60th birthday. Dang, he looking good for 60. So there are some 60th anniversary Kens that are coming out. I have ordered... The only one I didn't order, and I guess I need to do that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. So there's 19... Dude, what the heck was Ken doing in 1985? Oof! This is... Let me put my glasses on. Oh, by the way, remember those eyelashes that I put on in the other video? Yeah, I'm wearing them again today. They're very easy to wear, I have to say. So... 1961 Ken. This is 1984 Ken that we're going to open today. My God, poor boy. He is so obviously Tubbs from Miami Vice. And 1985 Ken. Why does 1985 Ken look like that? Why would there be such a huge difference? I mean, was it like I graduated in 85? I don't recall from high school, not college. I don't remember there being this big a difference in our fashion styles. But 60 years of Ken. So I'm gonna be looking at this guy. I've also got this guy here, who is not part of the 60 years of Ken, you know, collection, but he is a Ken doll. He's a really cool Ken fashionista that I'm digging. I'm digging his nose. And this guy, who looks like that guy's younger brother. And then we have this time around with the refresh, we have got three different. We've got the blonde, a Caucasian. We've got the awesome black chick wheeling around. And we finally got Ken in a wheelchair. And can I just point out, look at the shades. He's like, oh, I am so cool. And the dolls in the wheelchairs are really, really important for so many reasons, which we are going to talk about today. But I'm going to get these all out of their respective boxes, except for the Fashionistas. We'll probably open those while we, you know, the ones in the baggies, because I like the baggies. And we're going to talk and look at dolls and have a good time. All right? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, our dolls here are out of the box. Now, before I hit the button to start recording, I forgot to do the important thing of looking up the prices so that I could tell you how much they were. But that's because, well, there's a lot of different things going on with me. One of them is, you know, I'm 53. I'm not a spring chicken. But the other one is, okay, here we go. These are... wait for it, $19.99 on Amazon for the Fashionistas in the wheelchair, because you are getting the extra accessory playset, which is the wheelchair itself, plus you get a ramp. I think, yeah, she comes with the purple ramp. So let's talk for a minute about something really important that I was thinking of. That's too high. As I was... kind of opening the dolls and feeling bad for myself. What are you doing, Melissa? I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a riser. I don't have the right size riser to we're just going to pull it back over here so you can see this. Okay. So these dolls are really cool because the wheelchair actually, it has locks on it. So it's a very realistic sport style wheelchair. So it's the kind of wheelchair that is self-propelled and can help someone get around really easily. A lot of this type of wheelchair gets used in sports, although there are custom wheelchairs for just about any kind of sport you want to do at this point. Also really important to note about these dolls, so the Wheelchair has a little bracket in there that holds the doll in it, but they are on the made to move body. Fully made to move, all of the made to move features. Why is that important? Because people in wheelchairs have bodies that are made to move. You're like, but they're in a wheelchair. But you don't know why they're in a wheelchair, and they have human bodies that have parts that move. Maybe they can't move their legs on their own. Doesn't mean you can't move their legs. Doesn't mean that a physical therapist can't move their legs for them. Doesn't mean that a device can't move their legs. There are devices now that help people to move their legs. There are braces. There are, there's robotics. There's all kinds of things that are being done. I can't get her to sit properly. To help people to be more mobile. So I think it's really cool that they made the Barbies that are in the wheelchair made to move, completely made to move, even with the waist articulation, everything, side to side waist articulation. Like, why would you do that? Because it's important. It's important for people in wheelchairs to see themselves in a doll. And there was this really cool, a couple years ago, there's this really cool thing that went around on Facebook. I don't know if Target's still doing it, but Target used to have in some of their, in-store, like they have the pictures of people, wearing the clothes over by like the jeans or whatever. They had just a picture of a person in a wheelchair. And I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl or a man or a woman, but it was a human being in a wheelchair. But I feel like it was in an adult section of the store. And there was this little boy in this wheelchair. And when he saw it, he got really excited because he was like, look, mommy, it's just like me. And it just like it went viral on Facebook because just that small thing, like I don't know because I didn't look it up, how many millions of people are in a wheelchair, how many millions of children are in wheelchairs. But I've had friends in wheelchairs for different reasons, some from accidents, some from muscular dystrophy. It's real. And having a kid be able to see this now. The other thing, to see themselves in this, the other thing that I would like to encourage you to do as parents, now you can lock the wheels so your wheelchairs won't roll away. See, they're not rolling away, but if I unlock them, they'll roll away. So this is the Caucasian girl. This is white girl wheelchair Barbie. And she's like rocking this whole like going on vacay vibe with this hideous fanny pack. I like the original version better. I like last year's version better. I'm in love with this girl's tube dress though, and her very chill fanny packs. And I want you to understand something. To my knowledge, people in wheelchairs don't necessarily love fanny packs, but we do need to find a way to have access to our belongings in front of us rather than hanging off our arm or in a little bag, like little pocket at the back of the wheelchair. So how would I know that? Well, many of you are aware of this, but if you just happen to come here somehow. So I have a disease called multiple sclerosis. It is a neurological disease. It is, it's not something you can catch. It's probably genetic and then gets triggered by something they don't know. I was diagnosed just about 11 years ago. I got sick enough to go seek help 11 years ago. But then once they started doing all these MRI scans and stuff, they figured, and based on just taking a history, that I had probably had it for about 20 years. So basically what happens is your immune system, your B and T cells get a little confused, and they decide that your brain and your spinal cord look like yummy food. Now, it used to be thought that it was just the myelin, which is like this white gooey insulating substance that covers your spinal cord and your brain. It's like the white goo around the gray stuff, then inside the brain is the pink stuff. So when I first got sick, they called it a demyelinating disease, and they said, it eats the myelin off of your spinal cord and your brain and sometimes your optic nerve, and then it leaves scars because your body tries to patch, like spackle up the holes, and that because of the scars, that's what causes loss of sensation. So you lose the feeling. Like I lost the feeling in my body from just below my breasts all the way down to my toes. I lost all the feeling in my left arm. I lost most of the feeling in my right hand. One side of my face went numb. I went blind in my left eye. And then I would have all kinds of really fun, weird things. And this went on for a period. And I had originally relapsing remitting, which meant that they could give me a bunch of intravenous steroids, very heavy duty steroids, and kind of beat down the immune system and beat down the inflammation that was caused by this. And those symptoms would recede. And then something would happen, whatever. I would get too stressed out. I would get overworked. I would and it would come back. And every time it came back worse. And it was like one of the hardest things ever. So what does this long sob story got to do with anything? And what does it have to do with Ken in a wheelchair is really friggin' hot, by the way. I just want to point out that I love that Ken in a wheelchair is cool because little boys and little girls in a wheelchair, but little boys in a wheelchair need to see a guy who's like, I'm always like, body image. I'm like, I don't like that Ken's so buff and all this stuff. I'm like, in this case, I love that he's like hot and buff and sexy because guys in a wheelchair can be hot and buff and sexy. Girls in a wheelchair can be hot, sexy women. Totally. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm not going to die. It doesn't kill you. But as I look at the dolls in the wheelchairs, and I remember thinking to myself that I could very well end up in a wheelchair. And then I would go through these times, especially once I got stable, and I was like, well, thank God I'm not in a wheelchair. And then when I have moments like I've been having lately, I've been having a lot of problems. I've been kind of like in a mood lately. I'm having a lot of physical problems. I'm having a lot of twitching. I'm having a lot of shaking. I'm having a lot of fatigue. I'm having a lot of brain lapses. And so it's kind of like, I get bummed out. And then I was looking at the dolls in the wheelchair and I was like, well, you know what, Melissa? You really shouldn't feel like that because you didn't end up in a wheelchair. Your prognosis is, your legs are good. It's just your brain and your arms and your torso that are really a problem. But your legs are good. You can't hold yourself upright anymore. You have to wear a brace to sit up to make videos. But hey, you could have been in a wheelchair. There are people who have it way worse. And here's my emotional intelligence lesson for the week. Don't dishonor your own pain. Yes, there are people who are in wheelchairs from MS. There are people who are incontinent. There are people who have to have 24-hour care from someone else because they cannot take care of themselves. And that's horrible. And their pain is real. And my heart goes out to them and I have empathy for them. That does not mean that my feelings about my own situation should be dismissed. We do that to ourselves all the time. And when you dismiss your own feelings, they don't go away. You just get stuck in like this weird sort of spiral of like shame because you feel bad for feeling bad for yourself when someone else is in a wheelchair, or you feel bad for feeling bad for yourself when other people in Texas are like freezing to death and their houses, the pipes are bursting and they're in shelters, and how dare you feel bad, about whatever is going on in your life. You have every right to your feelings. Your feelings are valid. My feelings are valid. I am hurting emotionally right now. That's valid. I have to honor those feelings. It doesn't mean that I think that my situation is worse than anybody else's. That's not where you're going. But when you dismiss your feelings, when you belittle your feelings, then it means that you're ashamed. Now you're feeling shame on top of feeling whatever you're feeling. And then you kind of get stuck into this spiral. And if you really want to find the fastest path to depression, you dismiss and dishonor your feelings. Your feelings of disappointment, your feelings of anger, which in fact, they'll quickly turn into rage if you ignore those. Your feelings of disappointment, your feelings of loss, your feelings of abandonment. Whatever feelings you're having, if you dismiss those feelings, if you say that those feelings, other people have it worse. Because, you know, I was raised by being told that, well, you know what? Other people have it worse. I was also raised with, I'll give you something to cry about, which is a whole other video. But, you know, yes, be happy for what I have. Yes, we want to focus on the good, but sometimes we get so caught up in trying to be positive, like be a positive, optimistic person, that then when we're feeling like a feeling that feels negative, we try to positive mental attitude it away without ever honoring it and saying, you know what, I feel that. I feel my pain. Now, I talk to myself. I'm like, I'll talk to the feeling, and I need to do that today because I have not been doing it. I've been shoving it down. So my feelings about this doll are, I don't know why the heck I bought this thing. 60th anniversary of Ken. I dug the hair. I wish it wasn't plastic. I do love this facial mold. I've seen this quite a few times lately, and I really, really like it. I'm liking the fade, right? But this Miami Vice situation, they should have painted some scruff on him. And then shorts. Let me tell you right now, Tubbs never wore shorts, people. So it's like a semi-Miami Vice. This is one of those deals like where Mattel boy dolls never get long pants. Remember how we used to joke about that with Monster High, Never After High? But the white shoes, definitely wore the white shoes in Miami. This would have been cooler if these pants were white. That would have been cool. And these were long pants. Then I would have been totally just hearing the Miami Vice theme song louder in my head. This jacket is hideous. Hideous. But I do like that it's Velcroed in the back, so it's much easier to take on and off. So we could just, you know, relieve this young man. Oh no! Oh no! The jacket and the shirt are all one piece. Don't worry, honey, we'll find you a different outfit. I gotta have a Ken shirt somewhere that'll fit him. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Now these, excuse me. These fashionistas are not articulated. Okay, so this is just your regular old fashionista. And this is 1985. And I believe me, 1985 was a wild year. Like I said, I graduated from college. High school in 1985. Okay, so now we've got my last two Kens of the day. And I love this packaging. This packaging is awesome. Definitely awesome for makeup brushes. These are like around $10-ish. You're like, is she done preaching? Can we get back to the cool dolls? Yeah, we can get back to the cool dolls. Let's see. I was just having a moment. Yeah, $9.99. $9.99. I'll put the links down below. They will be affiliate links. So if you use them, I will get a little bit of money to buy more dolls that wear ugly jackets. The other thing I wanted to say about wheelchair, dolls and wheelchairs for parents. I think every house should have a Barbie or a Ken, or even a Barbie and a Ken in a wheelchair. Do you know why? Can you guess why? Because in life, your children are going to encounter people with wheelchairs. Like, I also think, like, we have a Barbie Fashionista with a prosthetic leg. Maybe grab one of those. I think we have the ones with, I was going to say alopecia, which is also something you can, we do have the bald Barbie, but I think she has eyebrows. But having dolls that represent disabled people is very important. Why is it important, Melissa? It's important because I don't have a trash bag and I'm too tired to get one. It's important to have dolls that represent disabled people for the exact same reason that I'm always preaching it's important to have dolls of different ethnicities in your house. Because your children learn empathy partially, not entirely, but partially by playing with dolls and doll play. Doll play is very important. If your children see dolls in wheelchairs, it normalizes the concept of people in wheelchairs for them, so that when they see a person in a wheelchair for the first time, it doesn't freak them out. And it also gives you the opportunity as a parent to talk about what a wheelchair is. why a person might need a wheelchair, how to treat people with wheelchairs, how to help them out. Yes, it is polite to hold the door open for people with wheelchairs. It's polite to hold the door open for anybody. But, you know, to make sure you do look at them, don't point, you know, to ask questions. Guess what? If a little kid asks a person in a wheelchair a question about how come you're in that thing, I always answered. You know, I answered at whatever age level they were kind of at in a way that I thought, you know, but they're you know, and very rarely is most adults are really kind to kids when kids ask questions. Even when they ask questions that as a parent, you're like, oh God, I want to crawl under a rock and die right now. The adult being asked the question is usually really cool about it. But you can help answer those questions before they see a person in a wheelchair. So yeah, and you know what? They're a lot of fun to race with your dolls. So that's why I think every house should have some dolls that represent disabled people. So this guy is really cool. This shirt is ugly. Ugly. Just saying. But he is so cute. Look at him. Look at his face. So he's got this facial mold that I love, but he's got it on like a lighter kind of latte sort of skin tone. He's nice looking. He's nice looking. I like him. We're just gonna get you a different shirt, okay, sweetie? Look, he's got dimples. Look at those dimples. Okay, we like you. We like you a lot. Yeah. Okay, and then why are they putting them in these hideous outfits? No man is wearing this outfit. Like, not even a gay man is wearing that outfit. I mean, come on. Good Lord, people. I need to go buy some Ken clothes. By the way, I did, somewhere in this house, I bought a bunch of some Barbie Fashionista fashion packs, so we can do a Barbie Fashionista fashion show, because we haven't done that in a while, but they didn't have Ken outfits. I need to go shopping. I need to go shopping for my boys, because this is a travesty right here. This is just so wrong. So parents, the Fashionistas, they're like $9.99. You can often find them on sale. These are a great way, and what I love about this one is he's got actual hair. So he's got the fade, right? So this is painted on, but then he's got actual textured hair. So you can do this to his hair, which I love to do when guys get their hair cut short. Yeah. I do it to my own hair when I shave the back of my head, which I really need to take the trimmer to the side in the back of my head. I cut it real short in the back because nobody looks at the back of my head. And then I sit there and I just rub the back of my head. He's so cute. But this outfit and what? The shoes. What? I mean, these poor guys. Just like even from an 80s perspective, he just needs different pants, but these dudes, like, no one's gonna date them. Look at like I forgot to mention all of the Barbie Fashionistas with the wheelchair come with a wheelchair ramp. So they can ramp their way into your Barbie dream house and just kind of around. Really important to also, so you can discuss wheelchair ramps and why sidewalks have a ramp in them. So anyway, I don't even know what I talked about. I know I talked a lot about feelings, MS, and all kinds of stuff like that. But I don't know. I hope you go out and get yourself a Barbie in a wheelchair. Oh, look! I just realized something. On the back of the Barbie one, it says Barbie. On the back of the Ken wheelchair, it says Ken. That's very cool. That's very cool. Your outfit is ugly, sweetie. I love you, but your outfit. This girl's outfit is much better. This dress. I love this dress. if I wore dresses, I would wear that dress. Anyway, so anyway, these are great dolls. They're super fun. And this is where you get like made to move Barbie and Ken and a wheelchair. So all for $19.99. Not a bad deal. Her hair is really cute too. I don't even know if I showed her hair. I don't remember what I did. But her hair is really pretty. And it's like crimped and cute. And then there's her face. She's pretty. So anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So that's my story. I hope you will get one of these. I hope next month, March, is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month, MS Awareness Month. So I may talk about it again. It depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I don't like to talk about it, and sometimes I do. It depends, and I will honor my feelings, and you will honor your feelings, and we're all going to feel better because we did that, all right? So until I see you again, love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to me, and I will see you again real soon. Bye!